Hi everyone, welcome. That was so okay, I'm leaving that in. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My hand just looked so funny. Ew, I didn't like it. Okay, today I am here with a post review for you guys, and I'm really excited to talk about this kit. So we are talking about Under the Water by the artist Anki Moore. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm sorry if I'm not. And this is a kit from Jaded Gem Shop. Now, this is my first completed kit from Jade's shop. And again, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. So I purchased this during Jade's Black Friday. I think she called it, was it Green Thursday, maybe? And I fell in love with this kit the second I saw it, and I needed to have it. And now I feel like I need to have every single piece by this artist, as well as some other, there's a new kit that Jade released from the artist Shiryuki. There's some Akatar fan art, oh my gosh, that I just need. I feel like Jade's shop is going to become one of my favorites, and it's a good thing I'm on a no-buy right now because I would have gone ham during her most recent sale. So let's talk about this particular kit. This is a 50 by 50 round drill. There are 50 colors. Now, in my unboxing, I talked about ABs, and I did a little bit more research. Some of you actually commented this, and I had put it in the description of that video because I did my research after I had filmed. You can actually select to have ABs added to your kit. There's a separate listing on Jade's site. So I think you can pick the number of ABs that you want. I think you can choose between like 1 and, for some reason, like 6 is sticking out in my brain, but that could be wrong. And then Jade will pick DMCs and send them with your order when she packages them. I believe she does the ABs, not her supplier. So if I'm wrong on that, again, feel free to correct me down below and I'll pin your comment or add it to the description. But I did not at the time know that she offered that service, so I don't have any ABs in this kit. And I actually didn't add any ABs to this one because I felt like the artwork just spoke for itself, and it was so amazing that it didn't need anything else. So I'm actually going to pop up the picture that I have on my Instagram. I'll pop it up here so you can see the full image. You're getting most of it, but the little bit further away that picture gives you, it just pulls this image together so well. Even from this angle, I feel like it looks just absolutely stunning. In terms of the kit, like in terms of the rendering and the artwork itself, I think it's absolutely amazing. There's nothing on this image that has me questioning, like, what is that supposed to be? And especially at this size, this is a 50 by 50. Now, this artwork isn't super intricate, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It's beautiful, but there's just not a lot necessarily going on. So I feel like it didn't need to be larger. If I'm remembering correctly, this 50 by 50 was one of Jade's recommended sizes. And I thought this will look great as a 50 by 50. And I still agree with that assessment. Had it been a little bit bigger, would you have some more detail? Sure, that's just kind of diamond painting in itself. But I feel like sometimes you really don't need to go larger to get that detail. I feel like the detail is there with this kit. One thing I will say about Jade's canvases is they are very confetti heavy. And I think that's because Jade prefers confetti. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm pretty sure that she prefers confetti and the detail that confetti gives you, which is why her kits tend to be more on the confetti heavy side, especially obviously if the artwork needs that extra confetti. Now, there was some color blocking. You can see some of the different shades of red in her hair. There was definitely some color blocking, but even her skin here, the most I got away with was probably like a 4-placer, because these two skin colors that are here are different. So you have like 2 of the darker color, 1 of the lighter color, 2 of the darker, 1 of the lighter. So it definitely was confetti heavy. And this piece took me a little bit longer than I would typically imagine a 50 by 50 would take me. I feel like if I'm working on a 50 by 50 from Diamond Art Club, they tend to be more color blocky just in general. I would probably finish that in a few days. This kit, I want to say, took me about a week, which I know is still speedy for some people. In terms of the kit, like the kit itself, I felt like the poured glue was very nice. I didn't have any issues with the glue sliding around, or like the drill sliding around on the glue. I was able to lay down drills with my multi-placer and not be like, oh, is the glue gonna pull these or like hold it? They did. I didn't have any problem with that. My one issue with the drill field, and I wish I had taken a picture. I thought I did, but I was looking through my pictures really quickly before I started filming. And now I feel like I do have a picture, because I think I sent one to Brie. I'll look again. And if I can find that picture, I will pop it up here. But there are some of the colors that are lighter. The symbols were printed in white, and I did feel like I had a little bit of a harder time. Sorry, Steven's being very loud. I'm sorry if you can hear him. I felt like some of the colors that were light and the symbols were printed in white, I had a little bit of a hard time seeing the symbols. Now, they weren't blurry and they weren't like fuzzy. It was just, for instance, there was a light blue and that symbol was printed in white. I just felt like the colors were just a little too close, that I was kind of struggling to figure out exactly what symbol that was. Now, I don't use a light pad. I have in the past, but I don't just use a light pad with every kit I work on. I'll pull one out if I feel like I need one. I never went for the light pad, so it wasn't bad enough that I couldn't figure it out. I just felt like I had to work a little bit harder just to make sure I was laying down the right drill. And with that being said, there were a few symbols that I felt were a little bit closer than I preferred. God, I have accessories everywhere in here. Let me see here. Okay, so it was this one, and this one, particularly these two. So these two were the biggest culprit for me, and I know that I mixed these up in a couple of areas, but I feel like the shades were close enough that it didn't really affect the image too much. Now, looking at them here, they don't look too similar, but on the canvas, I did get tripped up with these two just a little bit. Also, I had these two, which don't look like they would be confusing, but they did get me a couple of times. But these colors were just nearly identical that I felt like you could have picked just one and it still would have been okay. Pretty sure both of these were two of her skin tone colors, and they're just so close. Now, I've never rendered a diamond painting, so I'm not trying to say that I know that you needed both of these colors or you didn't need both of these colors. I just felt like they were close enough that you didn't need both. And if you did want to have both, I feel like they could have been different symbols, just personally, for me. There was also, for whatever reason, these two symbols tripped me up. Now, this would probably not happen to anybody else because they are completely different shades. But the two people, I was like, do we need to have both? It just was not a symbol that I wanted. That's just me being very nitpicky, so take that as you will. And I also had, I'm just trying to look at them really quickly because of course I didn't write down. Okay. It was these three, which these three tend to trip me up in any kit. So this isn't specific to Jaded Gem Shop, but when these symbols are in any kit, I always tend to just kind of, my brain, I don't know, especially when I'm working on the kit upside down, these two, for whatever reason, trip me up. But again, super nitpicky, take that as you will. I would say the two that I would want to focus on the most in talking to you about with this kit are these ones, because I felt like they were quite similar and they're nearly identical in color. So that's that. Other than that, 840. Other than that, I was very happy with the drill quality, which reminds me, my trash is over here. I did feel like I had a decent amount of trash drills, but in saying that, I was never concerned about running out of drills. I knew that I would have enough. I could just tell by, come on, get out of there. Oh my goodness. This video is unhinged. It all started with that intro. I could just tell by my containers that I was not going to run out of drills. I would say that Jade is quite generous in the amount of drills that she gives, on par with like Diamond Art Club. I feel like I have plenty of every color, so I was not concerned. So when I kept adding to my trash drill container, there was never a point where I'm like, I'm gonna run out of this color. And I feel like with most kits, I feel like that. Even when I'm working on a kit where I know they give you so many extras, it'll get down to a certain amount and I'm like, yep, I'm gonna run out. This is the last one. So, you know, fair share of garbage, of trash drills, but this is a 50 by 50. I don't feel like this is an excessive amount. I would say the biggest culprit was just these little extra pieces, whether they're these long pieces here or just like little pieces like this. There were some that had holes in the top. I had some that were connected to each other, but nothing egregious. I wasn't concerned, like I said. So those are my thoughts on this kit from Jaded Gem Shop. I'll show you her again. I will show you my accessories in 1 second, but I am so happy with this kit. And Jade recently brought out, I think 2 or 3 more of this artist work. There's one that's like Mulan inspired. I love that one. I need it. There's also a Snow White inspired one, a Rapunzel. I think there's an Alice one, and just so many beautiful pieces. I love the artwork that Jade picks. So this is Under the Water. Again, I ordered it in the 50 by 50 cropped. I think this is the cropped version. In round drills. Would this have probably been even more crisp in squares? Yes, but I ordered one kit in round and the other kit I have in my stash is a square. I wanted to try both types of drills. Okay, let's talk about my accessories. For my pen, I have this one from Kevin's Creations. I thought the blue with this like copper color went really well with this kit. I have a copper tray from NYX's Notions. My cover minder is one of the freebies from Diamond Art Club. I thought the colors were like perfect and it matches the one in her hair like, perfectly. I am super excited. I got to use the new Oh Snap Crafters Cafe Snap Dots. This is in the scent Unicorn Farts. I liked these. There's a little bit of a learning curve, so I don't want to give you guys my full thoughts on these just yet. I want to use them on a couple of more kits. I will say I used one dot through the entire kit. I didn't have to change. I didn't have to readjust. I didn't have to take it out and like roll it and put it back in. One dot got me through this entire kit. Super impressed with that. They're a little bit larger than what I'm used to using, so I did have to cut mine just a little bit because I felt like it kept hanging out of the tip. But I enjoyed them. Again, I want to use them a few more times before I give you my final thoughts, but so far so good. For my multi-placer, I used this putty from NYX's Notions in Mermaid's Life. Isn't she cute? This one smells really good, and again, I used one fill of this throughout this entire kit. I didn't have to refill, I didn't have to pull it out and adjust it. Filled my multi-placer once, made it through this entire kit. So happy with that as well. So that is today's post review. It's been a wild one. Hopefully next week's videos fare better than this week's, but thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below if you've tried any kits from Jaded Gem Shop, if you have any kits on your wish list. I have a feeling once my no-buy is over, she's going to be one of my first purchases. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's videos. Bye!